All right, hello and welcome to episode 2 of Pacifist Germany in World War One. We're trying to make some gains here. It looks like we have Belgrade completely surrounded here. That means that they're going to have a harder time getting supplies. I do believe there are some mechanics. Actually, because this is a star and this is a star, I do think they will have full resupply, so they might attack us. I think they did, in fact, here where this garrison is. But that's okay. I mean, we can try and break through in other ways. I'm not too concerned about it. We have two generals on the front line. One of the places I'd like to break through is on this unit, and then the other one is maybe to just chew away at this corner here. I don't think that this is a tile that we can stand in to fight. It's like a naval tile. So that's this front anyway. Before making any other moves, we're getting some pressure from the Russians here. The Russians aren't brave enough to step forward there, but at least in this zone, they stepped into our land, which is really helpful for us. It means that we get to counterattack into them without actually invading their land. This is self-defense, which is good. Before cutting last time, I moved some ships around. We took a pot shot at this dreadnought and then kind of bailed out. That's fine. And now over here in Brussels, you can see the French move their plane. I think I can keep attacking it, it looks like. So we'll just keep working at that, trying to get those air victories with Germany. And then last but not least, there's this naval front here. And we're just closing off the Adriatic, making it very difficult for any ships to kind of push through on that sector. All right, so let's jump into it. This cannon is also in an interesting spot. They'll probably get some good shots on us. It does look like we have good combat odds on attacking this unit because we now have shock values. So let's go ahead and do a quick air raid here to try and lower that efficiency and get an attack off. 2 for 2. 1 for 1 is a little bit tricksy with 2 full-strength infantries nearby. Not sure how I want to handle that. I would like to shift some units around over here. So right now our aura goes all the way to there. Can you get all the way to this city? No, you can't get to that city either. I'm kind of thinking of just shifting you down and seeing where that lands us. For now, we'll step back. We do have enough ammunition for another shot, so let's fire on the corner. Moving down into this trench, a big attack. You know what? If we attack with you, there might be a chance to get through. No, there wasn't. But we can finish you off with this garrison. And that's kind of nice. Big boom booms happening. I'd like to refill this spot, but it's probably better that we don't because the AI might step up and into that out of their entrenchment. Right now their line is, at least it's on the thin side. I'll move this unit back in the effort of getting this infantry squad around. Did I lose some? I did not lose efficiency with that movement, so that's a good attack. And now they are so low, I can probably break through. I can't. I could fill it in with a step, but what I'm you know what? Let's do it. And then no one can get into this tile except for this unit. I did want to prevent that unit from moving to get a more efficient repair. But look, that's fine. In terms of stepping up, you over makes some sense to me. And then that allows us to bring this full strength infantry down and just start working on their garrisons that are trying to hold up. This cavalry unit has not moved, so we can get a big 3-stack repair here. We can do a little repair there, and we should be in a good spot. Back here, we have a little bit more of an issue with the Russians. However, it's not so bad. I think what I can do is I want to get this infantry into here. So perhaps I'll move you here for now, you back. We'll get this repair. Then you into this sector. We'll get that attack off. That was very poor, unfortunately. We do have no... Oh, I didn't... Ugh. I keep not putting down the general over here. That's why we're doing so poorly. We do need this reinforcement. I think for now, I just swap into Krakow with a better unit in case some Russians do peel off south. And Lumberg, I mean, look, we have 4 entrenchment here. I can't leave the city undefended. I could move this small unit into it. Which I guess, you know, makes sense. And repairing it is not a good idea. It's not effective in terms of resources. We're getting... Austria is getting plus 38? Really? I don't know what changed for that. Our country finished mobilizing, presumably, which is nice. Next up, here we don't want to invade into Russia because that would be illegal. But in this sector, we could certainly make some gains. We have a really weak infantry squad right here. And Germany has the ammunition. So let's do cannon strikes. Now he's down to 6 efficiency. I think it makes sense to actually... I mean, it's... I don't know. We do... Air attack does so much more against cavalry than it does on infantry. Do that. What are we looking like now? 4-to-1 ratio, 4-to-0 ratio. I don't think we're going to be doing any other major attacks on the front line. Let's just do a bombard and then have that work. For you to here, then we could step out with our general. That is pretty inadvisable. I could step forward here and get that kill on that unit. We are very overextended with this particular garrison, but I think we'll be okay. We can get this repair down pretty easy. This repair down pretty easy. I kind of like this front line right now. This is kind of okay. We might deploy an extra unit. Arguably, though, bringing in this cavalry would be very powerful. I think that we should probably just move the cavalry a little bit further north here. Let's not completely overextend our hand here, overplay the hand. Let's get a garrison infantry back here. So this is kind of a good front line if they do step forward into us. We do not need any more units on the French line. It would kind of be nice to move back to force them, but that's fine. We'll keep doing kind of an air battle over here. I don't want to use the German artillery right now. We do have 20 ammunition, but if you use 20 per turn, you run out mighty fast. So with our last unit deployment, perhaps we put them in here. And now we've got a nice little node here. We've got a little node here. There are gaps in the line, but Russia hasn't quite completely mobilized, so I think we have some time to work on it. And if Austria can blitz this through, oh baby, we are so in, like Flynn, you know. In fact, you can technically do a naval invasion with the Dreadnought if you do land a unit on a tile that's out of zone, like out of supply. A Dreadnought can support it, but it's really hard to push into a city doing it like that. We might be able to get them to extend some resources back, but I don't see that working in the long term. Germany, you could do a lot of things, but I think that for now, I'm happy to just keep extending your ammunition production. And Austria, I kind of like the idea of getting more cavalry with Austria. I'm kind of going kind of more offensive with them, especially because they're not Germany. They're not the group that we said we're pacifist with, so that makes sense to me. This is all moved. Nothing else happening here on the Western Front. It's completely stale. And then the Russian front, we are defending ourselves. You know, we declared war so that we could defend ourselves appropriately. Let's see what that means for the enemy turn. Okay, it looks like we might be starting with Russians. And that is the overexposed unit we talked about. We're probably going to need to find a way to file that back. We do have our general in play over here now, so that is them breaking the hole out for Belgrade. I guess they don't need to fill in that tile, but I would have. That extra unit they have behind us is kind of annoying, but I didn't put my artillery in a way to liberate Belgrade or to break it through. Perhaps I should have. Right now, though, their artillery is actually exposed, which is, you know, something to think about. They are moving things around. They've got artillery now lined up against us. And, what? Turkey closes the Dardanelles. Very interesting. Our convoy's coming this way, which is nice. We did get barbed wire. Diplomacy. Turkey is soon to join the war. But, why give us your... Like, this is a garrison. Like, this is an actual unit. Like, the England was coming to invade me. I could attack an armored cruiser, but I would rather attack this guy and then step forward with my dreadnought and almost sink it. I can't get another unit out, but I didn't expect the UK would be trying to get to me. Presumably, they're trying to get to Serbia. Wow, that's actually pretty smart of the AI. So that's cool. Over here, everything's just chilling. Again, we can keep attacking the dreadnought, but it'll just attack back and actually damage us, so that's not really a great strategy. We could fix this sub for one production point. I guess that's worth doing in case someone tries to break out. Taking the Germans to attack another plane with my plane always seems good. This unit is in our land, so we can attack him, but it opens us up to this counterattack. This is not German, so we could attack with it, but I think we just do a shift and we do a round of replenishment up here. We're just holding off our northern border with Austria, into the Russians, that is. Over here, I mean, we can hit this artillery nice and hard, but what does this look like? Is there a way for us... Like, should we keep chewing away at this? I don't even have the ammunition with Austria to do it. So I think with Austria, we move closer to Belgrade. We can try and lower their efficiency. They did attack out. I don't know that that's better than pushing on this corner. Maybe we do both. Okay, let's do Belgrade first. Move you here. Move you here. I'll do an attack. Okay, that was so far so good. I think that I can... I really didn't want to bring this general out of that zone. But I have no way of mobilizing this man out without taking this general in. Let's do the attacks. Let's just make it happen. So that's Belgrade. That is pretty significant for our progress. Now we're hitting the cannon. Very expensive unit to repair. And we want to be attacking this from within this zone. Come across this, and I could step into this territory. I don't think that makes sense. Let's just step forward by one. Great. We could repair these units. Again, it's kind of expensive for one strength, so we won't. I don't even want to step into their land over here. Is there a way for us as Austria to get more artillery? There is. I think that's super worthwhile. It doesn't add to our overhead at all, so that works. Next up, probably this zone here is the next to think about. We did attack their plane, so that might open us up for bombarding. I'm worried about this artillery. Like, it is going to start punching. And the Russians, even if they're low tier, they're tier 1 versus my tier 2 infantry, they still got a punch, you know? Still packing a punch. Germany to fire artillery. Which one? This one's in our land. So let's have, could do some damage. Let's go ahead and hit the armored train again. And there might even be a way for us to finish it off, but I am not that bold. This unit that's so far forward, I wouldn't mind bringing him back, but I don't have a real easy way of moving troops around. I'm a little bit too tight. Perhaps if I come over and up, that allows me to go back straight line, which is pretty cute. I really like having my general on this corner. If I am going to stand my ground here, we should do a repair. Then we can do a repair down here, and then like that leaves us some flexibility in the center. We can attack this before it's dug in, or we can sit back and wait. I kind of like having some initiative. We did less than predicted on that roll, but everything else is strong. Danzig is holding. We could run in and go for an attack, but we are mostly just chilling. In fact, you know what I'll do? Is maybe I'll move out to here, so we're kind of defending along the river, and move this cavalry into this spot, and just do a one-tile shift with this one. Just giving this cavalry kind of an outside edge on doing some work. Now, if we're only really counterattacking in this zone with the Germans, I think it makes the most sense to deploy their air force here. Otherwise, we could deploy the plane down here to help with this offensive, but that doesn't feel right. Let the Austrians deal with the Austrian stuff. We will get a second fighter. And if this is the land that's invaded from ours, we should deploy another unit at the being ready to kind of send it back at them. Germany has 55 production capacity. I mean, part of me just wants to keep buying ammunition, but maybe what's better to do is buy another lab? I don't, like, you could actually sell the naval research as far as I'm concerned. But for now, let's buy an artillery specialization. I would love if Germany actually got to the railway, like the super railway gun. Railroad gun. I don't actually know like the information on it. Range of 120 kilometers though. Seems pretty significant. 46 turns right now. I mean, it is technically on the list, but we'll see. So that's all of here. All of this is mostly chilling. We can keep attacking this air force. I think that means that we should have a general coming next turn, right? No, one air unit kill away. That's just minorly unfortunate. I don't want to waste any ammunition over here. I will, for the sake of argument, defend... Oh! Defend you from submarines. There is a submarine out here. If it decides to stay and attack, it will be punished. I can't attack it this turn because I just discovered it, but basically if it attacks this ship, it's going to be adjacent to all these boys. I think you can attack for one for fun. I don't want... This is a... Oh, this is Russia. One ammunition. Let's see. I don't know. Would that hurt coup? I didn't know if that would lower its value. We could go bomb Helsinki. Jeez, if we got all the way in. Actually, I don't think we can bomb Petrograd because the port's in the way. Cool. Let's, this is chilling. We're not using this artillery yet. I could put the artillery in Strasbourg. That would give it so many more options in terms of bombard. So let's do that. We're still top heavy. So maybe I should also move an infantry down. This infantry back, this guy over. Yeah, this kind of feels right. And quite frankly, I wouldn't mind moving you to here. All right, left flank defended. We're dug in real deep. Now, okay. I thought we had a research come in. We did get the pillbox stuff. So now we can dig in even more. And concrete dugouts are next. So we are going to play this defensive as Germany. You know, we started in like June or July. I have to check the video recording. But basically, we're only like 3 months in, my dude. That's all done. That's all done. Italy's standing on our border. Come on, man. You're not coming in for another 15 turns. You don't want in on this. I didn't even invade Belgium. I literally didn't even cross. If anything, I've been invaded by Russia. That garrison looks like they did inflict a lot of damage on that cavalry, but not at the rate I would love them to. I think we actually got a defensive air combat kill there with our plane. And they didn't actually bomb our convoy. They got afraid. Okay, the British are here, along with the Belgium. With Belgium. Oh, that's a loud vroom. It's a loud vroom. They are softening us up with air raid, reconnaissance, and whatnot. Yeah, they did land. I wonder, we need to check how much damage can we do with bombards on that unit. Because I think that's a lot of damage. And then you're dead. Haha! We got him. We killed him on the beaches, boys. There are convoys that are probably moving through the Med. Apparently I have a weird vision on a sub over here. I don't really know what's up with that. But I don't want to go in the Med and lose this fleet. Right now, stopping the British from being able to hand off people into Serbia is, you know, a victory enough. Alright, some of our units did get wounded. I think the most important thing for us to do with Serbia, or for Austria, is to hit Serbia very strong. I think they're really down to like one big infantry unit. Next up is probably to continue this like flank into here. I might keep attacking the artillery, but I'm not sure. Let's soften up this and send our infantry. And we can hit it here as well. And we could bring in a cavalry. Certainly we want to reinforce these units. I really think hitting this 4 damage on that artillery, that's really costing them an arm and a leg to continue to reinforce it. Now, you guys here, I would like to hit on this corner. Right, it's not such a bad engagement. We shift over kind of like this. A, we can get the cavalry in for a nice attack. B, starting on this back corner, this is the safest corner for them to counterattack. They don't very much against us. Smash into their lines. Next up, repair. This stuff here is chilling. We could rail line it over here. If we do think that we're going to get a breakthrough on this top side, we should do that. It's kind of an annoying rail, but there you go. May as well. Over here, Austria does have the privilege of being allowed to invade. I don't think we have to. But perhaps we do anyway. We can start an attack. Nah, you know, if we're only going to lose power, let's not and say we did. Management with Austria. I actually just spent one too many production points, meaning I can't afford to up the ammunition production. We could potentially get a research lab. No, that's 45. Okay. Does Austria need more troops? I don't think that they do. I think that this is actually enough to break through. The time that we'll need more troops is 15 turns from now, because this is a difficult front line to manage. Yes, we can have Germany come down and kind of help a bit, but this is an Austrian front. Austria should conquer this and then go over there. They could be the ones to attack into Russia, but right now Russia's kind of strong. This is a really fluidy zone. I mean, even us, we could be like kind of probably trying to slip through on them, but we'll leave that be. This is a big old swamp in the middle too. Something to look out for. Swamps are attacker defense bonus. I think that means that you get difficult to defend and attack. Yeah. Various lakes, mud makes the attacking very slow. Yeah, okay. So that's what I was wondering with this combat and defense. Like, it's high defense, but it's also high attack defense. Like, it's just kind of nasty. Now, I'm pretty sure attack defense, though, is... No. Its defense is good. Movement cost. All right. So, well, that's enough for looking at small numbers on a sheet. Let's come over here to Germany and keep harassing their air force with my air force. We could step forward. Now, we have some efficiency on this unit. We could step forward with both my full strength infantry battalions and attack their infantry up here. So perhaps we do that. Germany has a lot of ammunition, so I don't mind bombarding over. And then, yeah, we come down. That's a big attack. We come down again. That's a big attack. And even though we can finish them off, we're not allowed to chase. Because we're pacifist Germany. We're trying to avoid conflict at every turn. Come over here. Now, cavalry is not particularly good at standing up and defending, so we can come down here and do some attacks. I'm actually tempted to repair this one, but we cannot. Oh, we should let this guy in. I don't think we can move the cavalry onto the front line to get an attack off, is what I was trying to say. I don't even want to attack across this line. I think it'd be better to reinforce, bring them into the 2 range of this artillery, and in fact, maybe even bring back these units here in a moment. This seems fine to me. I don't see any reason to move. They're not really moving this, like, Polish front anywhere forward. They're really holding... They're not only holding back, but they're holding the river line, which is interesting. It's almost like they have some intelligence of where, if I did step forward, they would want to stand. But, you know, deep trench lines on either side. Usually the Russian front is very fluid. You dive into Russia and units are constantly moving around. So there isn't much, like, deep entrenchment happening, but this is a different war when Germany is on the defensive. So here we are. We can move this sub down into like here, just to give us some more vision next time. That's this front move, this front move, this front moved, and then we look at production. We are good with more fighters. Perhaps we put one down here after all, and we use it to like harass into our unpeaceful neighbor here. 57. Can we go to research and get another lap? It's interesting. I've never played this game without just pumping units like infantry, 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 and attack, attack, attack. Like, this is such a different way to play for me. I think that going infantry is better, but if we're doing a standoff game, let's go ahead and get another freaking base, man. More artillery. I think that's good. We could focus the railroad gun, but there's some techs in this list that I'd like to get. Chlorine gas, counter battery for flash spotting, some bombard stuff, like lots of interesting techs. With Austria, I could start hiring or getting some things in. They have plus 38 per turn. You know, we could go for another air unit, but I don't think they're going to stay that good. There's also the opportunity of going for airships for bombard, but unless you're Germany, I don't see the value in that. Air research is coming up soon. Yeah, I don't think Austria needs anything. I think that they just hold on to their cash. Analyzing the map. Where are we going? What's next? This is a weak hole in the line. Absolutely, they could put more pressure on it. They have a general now. Okay, the Serbians are in retreat. The British never know where to stand because there's nowhere for them to contribute on this front line. So they're like, we'll just leave, I guess. A lot of French fighters. Okay, a French unit is coming in. That's annoying because they've actually done a good job of protecting. Event. Goban Breslau escape title. Sure. Turkey goes to war. Lot of German production or units here. Von Mackensen. He's pretty famous. Alright, how good are you? Shock, attack, defense. Pretty cool. How good are you? Air attack and ground defense. So basically that should be on a plane, for sure. And our planes should be grouped together. Now, what do we do about you? I could attack this sub, but absolutely that is not my intention. I think I would much rather, like, come in here with this sub. Pot shot. This is a pre-dreadnought that's probably stronger than an armored cruiser. Then this is, even though I have a really good dreadnought, armored cruiser, and that's 5 damage on the French infantry. Infantry, like this is a mega squad. Like they are coming to try and bail them out. They know that they are under a lot of pressure. So, what's next? You come forward. That's pretty solid. That breaks us the rest of the way through. I don't have a way of... Like, I could finish this unit off. It's so tricky. Where I'm like, I want to finish it off, but I also want to just keep artillery. Right, over here. We don't have enough ammunition to bombard again. We do have the Air Force, so we can start shooting away. Could hit again if we are pushing. Like, if we are trying to just attack as fast as possible, we could do that. I don't know that we are, though. I think that we should take a second to regroup these troops, in fact. And then this cannon. It has really good angles, but from here would be slightly better. It could hit all 3 locations. You may as well use it now to really indicate and just scoot forward. So this is the primary front for the Austrians. Germany has a ton of production points from that convoy getting through. An insane amount. What did Austria get here? Air kills. Yeah, we're just not fighting any air. We did get naval kills, though, so we have a general coming in for that. We could deploy a general over here for Germany. I just don't think we need one yet. We can move this air unit in there, but... I mean, if I just put it on the blimp, it will cover both of my air, like, attack units. So, I feel like that makes sense. Just really punish him for existing is the plan. This unit is recovering, and I can't finish it off because it's out of the territory zone. I could go all in on this cavalry. I'm just loving the overextensions. But, like, maybe I come down on their artillery instead. I mean, I don't even hate it. Boom, baby. That was massive. That was a huge cavalry strike. But he retreated across the border, so I guess he's safe. Oh, you know how it is. Sometimes you just can't win them all, you know? Austria's not strong enough to push into Russia. That's for sure. Are we strong enough to push into here? Maybe. Okay, that felt pretty good. In that case, I think it's fair to say that this artillery can scoot, pressuring these territories here. Again, we have this reserve cavalry, but we're not countering attacking unless they come into my territory, so that's how that is. We have our general over here, so maybe we... Do we need this air unit for Germany down here? I wouldn't allow myself to put it in Serbian territory. But this seems fair. Raiding across the border. It's not invading. It's a special bombardment operation. Alright. German general. I just don't need to put you down anywhere. Austrian cavalry, on the other hand. If we can make a hole right here, we're going through, okay? Management, Austria, you need more ammunition. Germany, oh, I mean, you could take more ammunition as well, man. 2 more stacks of it, though? Sure. I was thinking about getting another research unit, but that's probably overkill. And I could buy more fighters and stuff, but I think we hold on to our cash. Austria, 35 bucks. And we have a lot of extra money. Let's make sure that we don't fail to use our new boys here. Now, Gallipoli, I'm pretty sure the opponent can actually get like an event to attack in Gallipoli. So that's something that we need to watch out for. We also want to make sure that we're protecting Izrum from the Russians if they do decide to attack. And we might have to fight here in the south. But first things first, can we get into the Sinai? So far, so good. So far, so good. Yeah, I think that this can be a cannon. And Turkey only has one rail line. It's going to be the and Gallipoli will stay defended. I don't see any reason to move this stuff out. I thought Turkey had more of a navy. It's just a German armored cruiser and a light cruiser for Turkey. That's really it? Maybe it's because I'm on the hardest difficulty. They give me no freaking ships. But, look, we'll move to this port because it's defended. And start getting closer. And then, yeah, you guys can move down south. Yep. And this stuff is already building in. Now, Turkey, you also have a lot of territory that, like, if people get to it, something's gone wrong. So we can delete all these. The AI could do a naval landing. We've seen them trying to do that in other places, but I don't believe they could do it here or in Aleppo. I mean, any of this being under threat, like, I don't even know what would have to have gone wrong. Maybe British expeditionary forces can land down here. But look, we'll delete all that. And then yeah, I mean, we're attacking, we're not defending. There might be an uprising that happens in the south. So we'll keep these kind of like 4 units. And that will be enough, I hope. So Turkey, you have 16 production in storage. And if we look at your production, you're getting 30 per turn. That's a lot better, okay? A lot better. You can never get, like, rail guns and other stuff. You can't get much in terms of, like, admirals or air aces. You can just be an infantry person, but you can get an armored car. I've never, like, had an armored car before, so why don't we get one of you and you get a garrison, and we let that be what it is. I don't know that we need an armored car down here, especially if we do end up getting Air Force, but I think we could use an Air Force for Turkey. In terms of management, Turkey has 3 ammunition production, not even close to what we have in the Central Powers here, but that is how it is. You're all defended, you're all defended. You're all defended. You've all moved. And this is the most static front ever. Keep doing air attack. And we do have a lot of artillery with Germany. Let's just hit a corner unit. Try and slow them down. They could rotate them out, but at least they have a little bit less efficiency on the front line where they're really heavily stacked up. You know, we have very much a ton of entrenchment. As well. Okay, that artillery gun is tapping. In fact, we're moving, like, everything back. You can see, like, how much they are, like, a wet towel or something. Like, we could really just kill the opponent right now in so many ways. But Germany is a pacifist. So, yeah. It might reduce the amount I have to pay in terms of ammunition, but... Ooh! There's an attack. They're taking more damage than they're inflicting, but... we could do a little swapsies. Okay, he did land. Okay, submarines are doing their best. I don't think that these convoys from Africa are gonna make it, but we'll let them try. A centralized fire control. War effort increased to 95%. And fighter. Let's do a quick Pacifist Germany. With a capital A, apparently. And we did get our leader. Lovely. That is a naval leader for our boys over here. More naval attack. Them landing is pretty great for them not taking damage. Let's go all the way to here, just to make sure. Okay, well, couldn't kill them. They got through with a infantry squad. That is a wee bit nasty. But at least we're breaking through. And perhaps... I mean, like, this is where I want to push in, right? Like, right onto that corner. Instead of attacking this infantry, I think we try and break through here. I mean, actually, we might even just be able to break through right in the center. And then let you be dead. And then... keep up the pressure. I'd really like to do a repair. How are we? We are down 1 efficiency. It's not that bad, but I think we get our repair in. Similarly, we get this repair. And then, if attacking isn't going to do much, well, let's start with a bombard, then an attack, and now we're looking at actually kind of decent odds. Certainly painful, but down to 1. Nowhere for him to retreat, but like he won't be able to repair that in enough time. More infantry is showing up on the scene, but we're going to be getting our efficiency back after a turn of rest. And the Germans are not crossing the border other than they're crossing the airspace. Okay, it's slightly different. All right, slightly different. The enemy does have a general down here now. Good to know. And they do have a general over here. I can't attack them where it seems to matter. Annoying, annoying, annoying that I set my own ground rules and now I can't exploit the enemy and I have to just watch from afar. But hey, look. We can bombard this cavalry. Keep going on that cavalry. Keep going on this airship. Keep it like as weak as possible. Just grinding out those wins. Austria has another plane. I could put it up here, but I'd rather just really force the capitulation of Serbia here. Like, with this breakthrough with this infantry, if it wasn't for the fact that they have French people coming up, like this cavalry is about to have like free run into these small garrisons, which are a light roadblock, let alone the fact that they can't really cover off on this artillery. So they're also down to like half the production they ever had. And maybe that's why Austria is doing so well. It's because we have Belgrade under our control now, and it hasn't been demolished to rubble either. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get this repaired. Management, I mean, look, man. Austria, you need it. All right, you need ammunition. Germany, you need ammunition. No matter how much it costs, we need it. We've done our air and bombardment. We can absolutely now step forward. And what a treat. He actually ran into a position that we want to leave that tile open, but maybe I won't. Because from this tile here, like, you can see how easy, like, how much Germany just has the killing power. Like, we could do so much, but instead we are just chilling. We're just chilling so hard. Bring that cavalry over. I don't know where we need this general. Probably on this cavalry is fine. We're not doing anything here on the Western Front. He would give us more innate defense, but we're already so dug in that I don't think it matters so much. Maybe hitting this infantry would be nice. We can keep hitting their area. It did cost one less infantry. And we're not going to cross the border for an attack, because that would be illegal. That would be a war. We don't want to declare war on our good friends. This garrison is a bit annoying. I would like to... I think I can if I use the cavalry. No, I can't. We'll get a repair in here. I think that right now we're in the rough, right? So there's dunes here, which is 6. Is the attacker bonus, like, defends the attacker as well, right? It's easy to attack into dunes. Whereas the rough, you get screwed up. Does it say as much in the information? Extreme health make them very unsuitable for waging modern warfare. They'll be blown away by sandstorms and the soft soil blunt artillery barrages. So it's both, like, it's just not suitable. It's not suitable for modern warfare. Haven't you heard? We can absolutely rail line some things down. The artillery's in a decent spot. I'd like it to be there, but look, you can only get so much out of this game, alright? One down, one down. So this is all stacked up. I don't think we need any more small garrisons from Turkey, but certainly like an infantry would be nice down here. That or a fighter, or what we should probably do right away for a cheap cost of 20, get one more ammunition production. So that's nice. This is where we want to put the additional garrison that we have coming. It's mostly rough terrain. If we could go all the way to the mountains, we'd be fine, but that's not where the city is, so that is what it is, my dude. Let's bring this cruiser around and the German ship as well. Now we're all around this sub. If he wants to chill out here, he certainly can. You're all chilling. Everyone's chilling. Now, if you don't know, the USA will certainly be relevant in this game at one point if we let it go on, as long as we're basically doing by waiting a whole year. We're only into November. Yikes. What to do with Austria? $28 is $2 short of a $30 purchase, which is like airplanes and stuff. So I think we just let this current ground war push through. I don't think we have anything to upgrade. Research, it would be great to get, like, we could sell the research lab that Turkey has focused on artillery, but we just invested in their ammunition production, so maybe don't sell that one. We can certainly sell this stuff. Man, getting more torpedo stuff would be really cool too, wouldn't it? Dual shaft propulsion, mine layer, torpedo tube, submarine cruiser. I mean, cool stuff. Let's see what happens when we end turn. right? Just double checking. There is some stuff up here, but like I keep attacking with my submarine and it keeps doing that. So maybe it's not that big a deal. I'll move a cruiser up here in case there's like that Russian submarine rears its head, but really we're chilling. We are chilling, so chilling. We are chilling. We have a ton of morale though. Like we've done this first year of the war. I mean, it's literally been 3 months. But this 3 months has been actually, the fact that we've almost knocked out Serbia is pretty sick. That definitely can take a lot longer. We've gotten really fortunate with the AI stepping forward and getting punished for it. Okay, they finally stepped into our land. Wow. Like, we could actually route, like, pretty much the whole army right now. It's so garbage. Like, the Russians, that is. Like, look at them. We could be halfway to Moscow. Okay, this is a little bit scary. I don't know why he moved his air force in so deep, but the British are going to focus all of their efforts on Egypt because they can deploy directly to Egypt instead of Great Britain. So on hard mode, it's a little bit difficult to handle that. Okay, more reinforcements. And they're trying to defend them. They're doing a good job of it, too. They're trying to prevent the enemy convoys from landing in Serbia. I don't know why. I guess it's kind of beneficial if they do die. Silent Killer. Yeah, they did enough damage in that battle with their submarine, not my submarine, the Entente submarine, that we now have submarine warfare as an option. Again, though, this ship can't land because it's not adjacent. There's a lot that can be done here. 5 damage on you. That would be pretty sick. Be pretty sick. That would be bad. We got generals. We got reinforcements ready. Got a lot of options. I mean, there's a big infantry squad there. So if we move out, we can hit. I mean, this is actually good. The problem is that the British have 4 infantry squads. So it's... that part is less good. That part is certainly less interesting in terms of being good for us. Maybe there's a way around it, though. Killing these first couple squads of garrisons are going to get us through. If we can open up this by putting this infantry onto it, that'll get us through. But lots of things to consider. Not to mention, I'm sure that Russia's deploying over here, despite the fact that they're losing this battle without even facing any pressure from Austria yet. But, oh man, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Anyways, that's where we're going to end this episode here. A stagnant Western Front. Usually, for the record, I will. When you do attack into Belgium and conquer this land, and maybe you get as far as Calais almost, sometimes further, and sometimes all the way to Paris. But, like, there's actually a lot of movement on this front. Like, units kind of, anytime there's, like, a protrusion, like this unit here, attack, artillery, and, like, then you constantly have to, like, cycle units in. And it's actually, like, it's a grinding, like, you're all slowly moving infantry in and out of position. And anywhere there's contact, there's, like, soft, like, weakness. And you're, like, literally putting units into the meat grinder to try and break through. And as much as you can get, like, you know, down the coast, for instance, the more you can, like, threaten and push on some of these cities where France is getting production. But as you can see, Belgium starts the game with like an armored car, a garrison, and infantry. And because we haven't done anything about them, they've actually gotten 2 more infantry on the board. They're still class 1. There's probably very little research happening in Belgium right now. But, like, it sucks, right? Like, you know, they're building up. France is building up. Now this front line is, like, 4 units deep in most places. Like, pretty nasty. And our units are just, you know, costing us a ton of money on the front line, but at least they're so intimidating that France is, like, not even willing to attack. Whereas over here, my units were less intimidating. Russia swarmed in, and we're proving to them through better maneuvering what a problem that indeed was. So there is a gap here, though. They did get that kill and open this up. So I think we have to contract or loop around. Looping around is too dangerous, probably, because I'm not allowed to actually exploit the weakness. But, like, had these units been moved up to Warsaw at this point, and these units had the opportunity to sweep, we could, like, cut off this entire front line. And, like, if we take Warsaw, for instance, this fortress doesn't have any supplies. It'll be at, like, half or diminished supplies as people wait and get starved out in the fortress. So a lot of interesting development here. I think there's a break, though. I mean, we literally already started a breakthrough. If I click on these, you know, cavalry units, they're ready to go through. If we kill this infantry here and then push onto this one, we might be getting through. Like, lots of options. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.